In this episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, we see Garcelle host the ladies at her beach house, but before the ladies make it to the beach house, of course, there's a lot of side conversations and shenanigans. Now, this episode to me, it was fun. It wasn't as anxiety inducing. We didn't have anyone run off or walk off. So, it was a fun episode. Guys, we're gonna get into the recap, but before we do, I cover all things Real Housewives, Bravo, good pop culture tea. So subscribe if you haven't, and if you have, definitely turn on notifications. Let's get into it. All right, so we start the episode with Bows and Doritos. And guys, my heart goes out to Doritos because this probably is one of the most challenging times in her life. I mean, obviously, apart from the PTSD from the burglary. Oh my God, guys, I cannot say that word. But anyway, she had her PTSD, and it's been like 2 years since then. And now her and PK are on the verge of the big D word, divorcing. They're currently separated at this point of filming. She's telling Bose, like, yeah, I shared all of this with Kyle earlier on. But Bose is like, well, Kyle keeps telling us this is the first time she's hearing all this. Now, I absolutely, the editors for doing what they're supposed to do, which is great editing. And then we see these great flashbacks of Dorit sharing what's going on between her and PK earlier. This was when I guess her and PK were maybe starting the conversations of not being together as much. So it's funny that Bose is clocking Kyle. It's like, well, Dorit, you are telling me that you told Kyle what was going on, but Kyle is saying she doesn't know anything. So, anyways, they talk about Kyle, Bose clocking Kyle, and Doritos also shares with Bose how PK's um, sponsor, who is also his friend, is the one that advised PK and recommended to PK that Dorit and PK separate and take some time apart. And Bose is like, wait a minute, your advisor is supposed to advise you on your sobriety, not in terms of your life and your marriage. And essentially, PK is, copping out and he's letting someone else take the responsibility for decisions that he should be thinking about and making when it comes to him and Dorit. I don't know. I am really feeling for Doritos this season. She truly looks like a shell of a person. She just looks so tiny. She looks stressed out, and it's just not a good look on her. And when you are going through a hard time in your life and it's not acute stress, you're going through a lot for a long period of time, that level of stress does manifest physically. And I feel like we are seeing Doritos completely stressed out and dealing with a lot. And at the end of the day, of all the girls she could have a heart to heart with, yes, she's having a heart to heart with Erica. We see that. But Erica is kind of like Kathy Hilton. She's kind of like, you know what? You and Kyle, you two figure it out. I can't be in the middle of it. And Doritos has to rely on someone who's so new to the group instead of some of the other ladies she's known for years. So I don't know. I feel kind of bad for Dorit in regards to that. You guys let me know your thoughts on Dorit. All right, so we have Kyle asking the ladies to go to lunch, but not all of the ladies. So let's back up. Garcelle basically called and texted the ladies, hey, we're going to have a fun beach day at, what is it, her Malibu house? Wherever her house is on some beach. But the day before, Kyle hits up Garcelle, Satine, and Erica Jane and asks them out to lunch. And it's just like such an odd lunch. Like, we're already going to see each other on beach day. Why are we, the four of us, having a smaller gathering prior to that? So the timing is convenient. It does feel like Kyle is trying to rally the troops, get a couple of the girls on her side when it comes to her and Doritos. So Kyle's already at lunch. It's this beautiful venue with tons of florals on the ceilings. Let's see, Garcelle joins, and Garcelle and Kyle, they're just, talking it out before beach day. And Kyle is basically telling Garcelle, like, hey, I didn't like that you told Bose about, what the text had. And Garcelle is just like, well, you said the text out loud to everyone. So it's like, why does it matter that she's like sharing this info with Bose now, right? Like you're literally saying it out loud. Anyways, this lunch was not a pretty look for Kyle. It just got even worse. So then we got Erica and Satine joining. By the way, guys, when Erica joined this lunch, she looked so good. I don't know what she did to her face, but she just looks like snatched. Just so snatched. I love it. She looks good. Anyways, so Erica joins. She looks great. Sutton joins. I don't know why she's in a sparkly sweater, but she wants to party at lunch, I guess. I don't know if the editors just didn't show us the small talk when Sutton got there, or within the first 3 minutes, Sutton, did some pleasantries, and then she sat down, and then she was like, I gotta say, why are we here? I mean, we're all thinking it. Kyle, you called us to lunch. Well, not us, but, the girls. Why did you ask us to lunch? And then Kyle waffles. Oh, I just wanted to apologize to you guys. Like, oh, I didn't like the way I walked out. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. Sutton has had it till here with Kyle and her antics and her double standards and her walking out. And Sutton is just like, okay, so let me get this straight. So what exactly are you apologizing for? And then Kyle is, trying to muster up whatever words she can say to somewhat appease Sutton, get these girls on her side. Now, between Garcelle and Sutton, I do think Garcelle is giving Kyle a little more grace, and also selfishly, she's going to be more Team Kyle than Doritos, whereas Sutton is just like, no, 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 I've had enough of the double standards. And in Sutton's confessional, she was like, well, you might have Erica on your side because Erica is scared of you, but me and Garcelle, we're not scared of you. You can't tell us what to do. I don't know. The whole energy was very odd. And then Erica in her confessional is like, Sutton should give these women some grace. Like, I bet you weren't, all that when you were going through a divorce with your man. So it's very interesting, the dynamics of this table. We clearly have Erica, who is friends with Kyle. We have Garcelle, who's, I would say, friendly with Kyle. We have Sutton and Kyle, who have this weird, I wouldn't say it's competition, but they have this very strange energy. And frankly, I don't know if Kyle, let's see, if her lunch was successful, she got what she wanted out of it, but it seemed like she appeased the women somewhat. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. So for me, there's definitely a running theme when it comes to Doritos. Like, I'm really feeling for her this season. She seems completely alone in so many ways. And I can't remember when I made this video. It's probably in my Beverly Hills playlist on YouTube. But the conversation of that video that I had, or I posted, is, who are Dorit's friends? I don't mean her show friends. I don't mean this cast. I mean in real life, because we don't know who Dorit's friends are. So it's a little concerning. You can't be going through all of this and then you don't have a lot of people on your side. This is when you need people on your side, regardless of how you are. So anyways, it's beach day. The ladies are gathering at, whose house was it at? At Kyle's, I think it was. The ladies get there, and Dorit, she just seemed like, you know what? I have a lot going on. I just went on a walk with Jagger this morning, and he said, Mummy, are you and Daddy divorcing? I don't know, guys. I'm thinking in my head her kids have like this British accent because they're talking to PK all day. But anyways, it was really sad, Dorit now has to acknowledge the post that her and PK, their joint post that they had posted on Instagram about them separating and prioritizing the kids. This has now gone back to their kids somehow. And now Dorit's kids are now asking her about it. And Erica, I believe in her confessional, was like, you can't just like shield the kids forever. Like, it is what it is. It's going to get back to them. Is Dorit a yapper? Is she, she just yaps and yaps, and maybe this wasn't the best time, but it just seemed like it was really weighing her. Like, this had just happened with Jagger, and she just got to the house to meet all the girls, and she just wanted to like let the girls know this is weighing on her. But then we have Satine. Satine, you could tell in the group scene, like right when Dorit started talking about what went down with her and Jagger in the morning, Sutton was like so over it. And what did Satine do? She's like, well, we really gotta go. And she really wants us to be positive and have fun. She's talking about Garcelle because, Garcelle set up this whole beach day. She wants it to be a fun day for the ladies. Literally, Dorit was like, oh, how Jagger's like, oh, are you and Daddy going to be friends? And then Sutton jumps in. Speaking of friends, Garcelle actually wants us to have a, positive day and we got to get going. It's like, whoa, Sutton, like, we get it. You want the ladies to get going. You want to be on time. You want to show up for her friend. But that was not cute. And even Erica called her out in her confessional, like, have some tact. And in Kyle's confessional, she basically said about Sutton how Sutton has a lot of rules for everyone else, but not the same for herself. And I find that really funny because Sutton thinks Kyle has double standards when it comes to Kyle and everyone else, the storming off and being, holier than thou, or she puts herself on a pedestal. And then we have Kyle thinking something similar about Sutton, how Sutton has all these rules about everyone else, but when it comes to herself, it's a different set of rules. So I do feel like the tide is turning and we are just at mid-season. We had a lot of Kyle Doritos drama. They seem like they're going to mend it at Beach Day. And then the remainder of the season, I think it's going to be full on Sutton, Sutton, Sutton. All right, so the ladies finally get to Garcelle's house, and they're all so proud of Garcelle. She is a single mother at this point. Yes, she has help with her kids. It doesn't matter. She's still a woman on her own. She's a working actress, and this is a big accomplishment for her. This house that she has by the water, it means a lot to her. So that's amazing that all the ladies are giving so much love to Garcelle and they truly love what she's done to the place. Anyways, we see Kyle and Doritos leave the group, go off to the side, sit down, and just have like a good, calm conversation. And Dorit just gets to it. It's like, do you want to be my friend? Do you want to, work it out? And Kyle's like, yes. And they talk about the text, okay, like the back and forth, what it meant. And Doritos basically has to explain to Kyle, like, hey, in this separation, you're either on my side or you're on his side. That's how it's gonna go, unfortunately. Like, it doesn't matter if all four of us were friends. Like, it's just that after 8 years of friendship, Doritos even has to explain this to Kyle. It's like, okay, if you're a girl's girl, why do I have to explain this to you? Whatever. It was interesting to see the energy of these two. Dorit, you could tell, is very much keen on repairing her friendship with Kyle, whereas Kyle is like, yeah, like whatever, I'll be friends with you. Okay, fine. I won't like text PK, no more memes, none of that. She was very like wishy-washy. Now, in the after show, Kyle let on a little tidbit how her and Dorit were supposed to go to dinner together. But then Dorit also texted Erica to have dinner on the same night. And then Erica responded, okay, yeah, I'll go. And then Dorit texted Kyle, like, oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna go to dinner with you on this night or whatever. Dorit basically double booked herself with Kyle and Erica, but then she ended up going to dinner with Erica. And Kyle knew that Dorit was going to dinner with Erica. So Kyle was thinking, oh, maybe all of us are going to go to dinner together. But no, in the end, even though Dorit reached out to Kyle to go to dinner together, She then ended up not going to dinner with Kyle, but she went to dinner with Erica. So I don't know. These two, I wouldn't say they are besties in real life right now after filming, but they do seem to be in a better place. Whereas Bose and Doritos, they're like this since filming. Like Doritos was just in New York with the Bose celebrating Bose's birthday. So the friendship dynamics, they are changing. And then Erica, we have right in the middle of these two. But I don't know. I think Dorita's now coming to reality and she's questioning the friendship between her and Kyle. She's, I think, realizing she was more of a friend to Kyle than Kyle has been a friend to her. All right, so we got the ladies back at the table. They're about to have lunch. It's freezing. Erica looks like ET. Garcelle pulls out some fun games. She's asking a bunch of questions like, what would you, or it was something like, would you, I don't know, share your husband with someone else for like $1 million? And Erica's so funny. She's like, in this day and age, $1 million ain't a lot. And then they're like, what about 10 million? What about 20 million? So that was really funny. And then they were talking about the great love of their life. And this made me a little sad for Erica. I mean, she's clearly had, riches, but she went from riches to rags. Not really rags, but you guys what I mean. However, for Erica, she truly feels like she went from riches to rags. She was flying private. Heck, they owned the plane. To her now, not having that lifestyle, but let's be real, she still lives an amazing lifestyle, compared to the masses. So the ladies are talking about a great love, and Erica is just like, I wish I could, have a great love. And they do a flashback to when Erica was talking about having this great love in her life. And she's just like, she wants to have one great love in her life. And I don't know, it just made me a little sad. It's like, yeah, you have access or you can get all these powerful men, but in the end it seems more like survival. It doesn't seem like she's, truly having this great love affair. So it's something that she truly wants. And I've seen Erica do her, round of interviews. She doesn't really want to be contractually obligated to a man going forward. I mean, obviously now she's still married to Tom, and she has to get divorced, but regardless of that, she just seems like she wants someone amazing in her life, but that does not mean she wants to get married or have any sort of legal binding in the matter. Honestly, guys, this was such a fun, mellow episode. We see Doritos and Kyle working towards a better path when it comes to their friendship. Now, unfortunately, the beautiful lanterns that Garcelle thought all of these women were going to make a wish on and send away in the beautiful beachy breeze did not happen. It was extremely windy. Their lanterns were just flying away. None of them got their wish. And I don't know if you guys are like superstitious or clocked this. At the beginning of this episode, there was a bird that kept knocking on Kyle's window at her house. And then at the end of this episode, Kyle was the one that found a dead bird on the beach on the sand. So I don't know, that was kind of like a weird full circle moment. It was very strange to me. Anyways, guys, I will keep the recaps going. Let me know your thoughts on this episode of Beverly Hills. How do you feel about the friendship dynamics changing? And also, the mid-season trailer did drop, and the season seems like it's just going to get even better. I will catch you all later. Subscribe if you haven't already, like this video, and let me know your thoughts below. Take care.